Plaintiff Christina Castoreno says after she bought a truck from the defendant, she had Christina falsely arrested for assault, and she was thrown in jail for 6 days. Christina claims while she was in jail, the defendant hotwired the truck, stole it back, and then sold it to someone else. So she's suing to get her down payment back. Defendant Crystal Bronner says Christina is a very manipulative and dangerous person who's also affiliated with a gang. Crystal insists Christina went to jail because she did attack her, and she only took the truck back because the police told her to. Crystal's countersuing for harassment.
Start with you.
Okay, this girl is my worst enemy. She put me through hell. She locked me up for something I didn't do. Because my mom died of cancer. I didn't even get to spend time with my mom just because of her. She lied to the cops. She said I assaulted her. And then when I was in jail, she tried to take my kids away because she knows I love my kids.
Is this the harassment you're suing about?
Yes.
All right, you might want to talk about your case first before you talk about her case.
That's not her case, that's my case.
Your case is down payment on a truck. She's suing you for harassment and relating to an assault, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so do you want to talk about her case against you, or do you want to talk about your case against her?
Against her.
All right, talk about your case against her.
The truck was supposed to be a gift for my mom. I just want all this to stop, and I want her to pay me the $1,000 that my mom gave me.
All right, explain the truck purchase and what happened.
Well, when she locked me up for 6 days, she burnt wired the truck and took off with it. When I got out of jail, I asked her, where was the truck? She told me that she sold the truck to the neighbor upstairs so she could pay me the $1,000.
Who owned the truck?
It was her. She sold it to me.
For $1,000?
Well, no, it was actually for $3,000, but she told me just to give her $1,000 a payment. She gave me the key and everything.
And there was a payment plan?
Yeah, and then she said that I could have paid her the rest when I have it, because my mom was supposed to give it to me because she gets SSI.
And how long after that did she take the car from you?
3 days later, she called the cops and saying that I beat her up, and it was not true.
Give me some dates if you have them.
It was July 3rd, because I have it right here.
It's when you purchased it.
Yeah.
Let me see what you have. You purchased it on July 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay, we have an agreement.
That's when my mom gave me the money.
All right, I'm looking at an agreement. And when did she take it from you?
When I was in jail.
When was that? How many days after? You say 3 days later?
3 days, it was like July 10th, kind of like that.
Your Honor.
Hold on, ma'am. I'm trying to get the facts out of the young lady because I was having a hard time for a minute. We're on a roll. So let us keep going. How did you find out she had taken it?
When I got there, there was no truck. And I have asked her, I knocked on the door. I said, where's the truck? She said, oh, I sold it because I want to return your $1,000. And I haven't seen nothing from her since.
Ma'am, let me hear from you.
Okay, Your Honor. First of all, I would like to say that she is a very dangerous person. She is very manipulated, and she likes to put people...
She's manipulative.
Yes, yeah.
She manipulates others.
Other people, too. Okay.
When you say manipulated, that means she's a victim of being manipulated. Yeah. All right, gotcha.
Basically, she's a very dangerous woman. She is affiliated with gangs. She does have a teardrop on her face, which is not filled in into Latina.
You don't even know why it's there, Crystal.
Quiet, ma'am.
Because in the Latina American and the community, that is gang affiliation for killing somebody or some other stuff, basically.
All right, that's a pretty inflammatory allegation, ma'am. You want to address that?
I don't know why she's calling me dangerous. Just the other day, she beat up her 18-year-old. The cops are looking for her.
What is the symbol?
Because I lost my brother, too.
How?
And I put the teardrop for my brother, too, because he passed away, too.
Go ahead.
Okay, and then she, the day that it happened, she assaulted me, okay? It was July 12th.
Let's start off with the car.
I sold her the truck because she said she needed the truck for her kids because she's a single mother of 5. Okay, we were getting along, everything was fine. She just moved in the apartment complex. And I trusted her. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna sell her the truck. It had nothing to do with her mom. It had nothing to do with that. Okay, she's told me—
The price was $3,000?
$3,000,
Because you all don't even have the price on here. Go ahead.
The contract wasn't even in her name. It was in her man's name. Okay, she gave me $1,000, but she gave in payments, okay? Okay, I was fine. I gave her the key. I didn't make the copy key because I trust her. I go, I'm not going to give you the title or anything to pay me the $3,000. You know, the whole $3,000.
Sounds like a reasonable agreement.
Then I told her, you need to pay the insurance. on the truck. That's $57 a month. She told me yes, okay? Then she came out, she goes, well, my man's gonna try to pay you by the end of August. We're gonna pay you weekly. And I go, okay, that's fine. Well, the day, it was on a Saturday, came when he was supposed to pay me. She sent her daughter over to my saying that she was gonna pay me on Monday. I talked to her husband personally that night, and he says that he wasn't gonna pay me until a week later. And I got suspicious. I was like, how are they going to be drinking and driving the truck, and the truck has no insurance? And so I called the cops. It wasn't the thing that I wanted to take the truck away.
What did you tell the police?
Huh?
What did you tell the police?
I told the police that what was going on, that she was driving under influence, and she lied.
That she was what?
Driving under the influence, and the truck had no insurance.
Okay.
You know what, Your Honor?
What gave you the impression she was driving under the influence?
Because I saw her that day. I saw
Okay.
her park the truck
All right.
across the street where
Okay.
it's not supposed
So
to be
what
parked.
happened?
Okay, the officer says it was a civil suit and that they couldn't do nothing about it. And I said, that's fine. After the cops left, she started, I have police reports too. She started yelling and making a big hoo-ha in the whole apartment complex, basically.
It was not me, it was my...
And what happened was the cops came back and told her to go inside, and she wasn't following simple directions, orders of the police. Okay, then she and came and attacked me. So I called the cops again. They took her to jail, and then not even like 5 minutes later, comes and attacks me.
She went to jail after this fight, right?
Yeah, and then the officer told me
Go
to
ahead.
take the truck away from her because he thought that the police already have had other indications with her, and he says that she's not. He said that you might as well take the truck because this is not going to end here. And he told me to move the truck and take the truck. I didn't have the keys, so I had someone else hotwire the truck because I had to move it. If not, they were going to tow it because it was parked on the other side of the apartment complex. And
Tell me
I
again, why did you
transported,
take it once again?
because when the officers was there, she was saying in Spanish that she was going to go hide the truck and let her fight for her truck, and that we're not going to pay nothing and we're going to move.
All right. So you took it because she threatened
She
not
assaulted
to
me.
pay. So you took it because she assaulted you?
me and threatened me that she wasn't going to pay.
Ma'am, did you ever tell her that you wouldn't pay her?
No, I didn't tell her like that. I told her that if I can, I'll ask my mom if she could give me it. But why was I going? I was going to ask her, but my mom was doing chemotherapy. And my mom said, if you can, Mija, I'll give it to you next week, like the Saturday. Because it was a Monday. I'll give it to you on a Saturday.
Did you tell her that?
I tried to tell her on it, but she right away called the cops and locked me up.
So you tried to tell
Yeah.
her, I can't pay you on time?
Yeah, well, I gave her a couple of money because when she got
No.
locked,
When were you supposed to pay?
she didn't give me the time. Because she told my daughter, because my mom was going to take us a car from the dealer. But she told me,
How
if you
long
give me,
after the $1,000 payment did you tell her you're going to pay her next week? Was that the day of the fight?
That day, yeah.
So on the
'Cause she didn't
12th,
tell me.
on the 12th, you said, I'm going to pay you next week.
Yeah.
Have you ever asked her why she took the car or the truck?
I can't talk to her because when I got out of jail, they told me just to stay away from
Good
her. If
enough.
not, I'll get locked up.
Why shouldn't you keep your truck and give her money back? How long did she have the truck?
She had a truck for at least 3 weeks.
That's a lie.
When did you pick it up?
I picked it up the same day on the 12th, the same night. So
How
was
could
like
it be
2
3 weeks,
2 weeks.
ma'am?
Yeah.
You
2
sold
weeks.
it to her on the 3rd of
The third.
July.
On the third,
The
but
12th
no.
of July is 9 days. Ma'am, I'll grant you your $1,000.
Thank you.
You keep the truck. You
I
lied.
am.
You say 3 weeks later.
Daddy, we
Then you
got it.
lied. 1 minute you said it was because of insurance. Then you went back and said no, it was because of the fight. Then you said no because she told me she wasn't going to pay me. And with regard to this harassment, the disorderly conduct is not assault. As you also said during your testimony, they arrested her because the police told her to go back in and she wouldn't. And that's the disorderly conduct. Pardon me?
I have the police report that it's assault. It's
Was
assault
she
battery.
charged and convicted
Yes,
with
she
assault?
was. Yes, she
Show me
was.
where she was convicted of assault. You read it. You read it.
She was charged with disturbing the peace, battery, a battery, and then
Convicted.
convicted. Of,
Read what it says she was convicted of.
of disturbing the peace, and of battery
Read.
and
I want to
fighting.
hear the word convicted.
Convicted.
Read it then. Read it. Now you're turning another page.
She said convicted of domestic violence.
Okay, underline where it says convicted. You just act like you read it off that other page. Your claim is dismissed. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Judgment for the plaintiff.
Yeah. I want her to leave me alone because I have my other friend at home and she's Mike's friend. She's like a sister to me. This way I don't want nothing to do with her no more.
I have nothing to say. I'm moving anyways, and I have nothing to do with her.